This is a great neighborhood, exactly the kind of community that Kathy and Bernie were looking for when they moved here 2 years ago. Now, they love everything about their home except for their back deck. That's my job, to help them make the changes that will let them fall in love with their house all over again. Stay tuned, because this could be just the ticket to get you off the couch and out to your own backyard. I sat down with Kathy a few days ago and I said, tell me about what's wrong with your deck, how long you've lived here, and how your family would really like to utilize their backyard. Take a listen to what she had to say.
My husband and I moved from Madison, Connecticut about 10 years ago to Charlotte. We love it here. The weather is just great. And he got a great opportunity to take a position in Maryland. So now we've decided to downsize to the smaller house that we have. It's a ranch. I love it. I love being on one floor, but it needed some work. So we put in some new counters and upgraded the kitchen, put some hardwood floors in, and now we're looking at the yard and saying, well, we don't use that hot tub and that lacrosse cage. My son will be gone in another year to college. It really is not suited for out in that yard. Cooking area is small and the seating area is small. And since my husband is gone and travels a lot, I'm kind of alone more than I would like to be, but we make it work, and I have a lot of friends, and I'd like to have them over to entertain, have a glass of wine, sit around outside when the weather is so great here. I know that Vicki has great visions for my deck. I look forward to seeing what she has. I just can't wait to see the finished product.
Kathy's existing backyard is very narrow and it needs a lot of TLC. Access to the side yard could definitely be improved. To enlarge this deck, we need to get rid of the hot tub, pitch the net, and tear out the tired old landscaping. This backyard can certainly use some FYH magic. Whoa, this is really awkward. I see what Kathy's talking about. This deck is really narrow. You get a few people out here around the deck and it's wall to wall. And this hot tub, nobody's using it, so I know that's got to go out of here. There's a lot of changes we can make to the deck, and to really find out how to do it, I've asked Mick from Deckscapes to give me a hand here. You know, he's done a lot of work in this neighborhood, and he really knows what people are looking for in their backyard deck areas.
Well, this street looks familiar to me. I know we've done a couple screen porches down the street, and you know, it's the middle of the summertime. We are in our extremely busy season right now, and people are really wanting to do decks and screen porches and outdoor living spaces and kitchens and fireplaces. So I think Vicki has a project for me. Let's go see what she wants to do.
Hi, Mick. Thanks for working me into your busy schedule. I know this is the height of the deck makeover season.
It is, Vicki.
Yeah, so you and your crew have got to be really busy, right?
Right this time of year, we sure are. Yeah.
Well, appreciate you fitting us in. This is our project right here, this deck. And the homeowners, you know, they love the privacy of the natural area and would love to entertain out here, but it's just too darn narrow.
It is. It is. I mean, the fireplace and the table, really, there's no path to get through here. Obviously, the grill is blocking the staircase, so
you know, I think they probably put it there because it's close to the kitchen, so it makes sense, but it doesn't because it blocks the way onto the deck.
It does.
And the hot tub over here, they never use it, so that can go away, all right?
Okay.
So, you know, looking at the deck, you do this all day long for tons of people. What's your instant gut feeling about what we should do?
Okay, for starters, why don't we consider taking this main level deck and pushing it out a little bit farther.
Okay.
This way it gives we can move the table out, give them some more walking space through the fireplace
And
area.
they don't care anything about that backyard grass area. We can gobble up as much of that as we want. What about the side with the hot tub? Should we raise that up to make it all one level?
You know, I wouldn't do that, because I would, before we get to that point, I would actually say, why don't we add some more deck to this side over here?
Okay.
And then add a kitchen area into that deck.
I'm liking that.
So all one level out here with a kitchen area built in.
Okay.
This way it's close to the kitchen door. They can just walk in and out.
Okay, so would the steps stay the same place or what?
No, I might take the steps and run them off the side of the deck. Take out some bushes and run them off the side.
Okay. You know, because maybe then, you know, we could do a walkway around. Right now there's just some stepping stones there, but a nice pavers or something would be nice for that.
I agree.
To get to the front.
Now, getting back to the hot tub, take the hot tub out and leave that area sunken down a little bit. Just make it like a real intimate seating area off this kitchen and eating area.
Are we going to make it larger too?
Yes. You know, you're looking at the side of the neighbor's house right there, so why don't we go ahead and put up some kind of privacy wall.
I like that.
And maybe even incorporate some metal art into it just to give it some real nice design back in there.
Okay, I like that idea. This tree right here, keep it, lose it.
It's got to go.
Okay.
It's got to go. It's going to drop leaves all day long.
There goes our shade, so what are we going to do?
What we can do then is put an arbor over the seating area. Really close it in, make it real intimate feel down there, maybe even add a water feature or a fireplace down there.
I'm loving this, I'm loving this. Why don't you get some measurements and I'll go share with Kathy kind of what our idea is. And then we can start doing some plans.
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you.
Mick got right to work. He's hopeful that we can reuse some of the existing framing. That's going to save Kathy some money and reduce the waste. Developing a basic plan is always the first step in any remodeling project. It eliminates surprises along the way. Mick checked out how difficult it will be to remove the existing landscaping and then made a few notes for his crew. Removing the hot tub will open up more possibilities for this space. Having options is what redesigning is all about. Mick double checks for a few structural details and puts together his final plans, a material list, and a timeline for the project. Mick emailed the plans over to me. I think they're fantastic. I emailed them over to Kathy, and did you share them with Bernie yet?
Yes, I did, and we love them.
So when he comes back from Japan, he's going to be excited to see this new deck, right?
He will be. He'll be very excited. I think he loves the idea of having a cooking area over here, and how the deck is so much bigger and expanded. And I'm curious to see how this turns out with the wood being changed and the way they're going to decorate it over there. That's interesting.
You know, you always want to think about your deck as different rooms. That way you kind of, just like with your house, you move from one section to the other. So this seating area is more like your living room. This is your dining area. And over here is your kitchen. So it just flows
like
naturally.
3 stages.
Yeah, so then you can break it up and different conversation groups work into it. So I'm glad you like it. And you're going to also he's going to do some real decorative treatment with the wood for the deck boards, laying them in different directions so it's not all going one way. It looks super that way.
I was wondering about that.
Okay, well, if you approve of the plans, then I've got 3 jobs for you. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. First job, your homeowners association. You're going to have to get approval for all of this because anytime you make a change like that.
I've already contacted the homeowners association. I found out initially what I need to do. I'm working on getting all the paperwork, and I needed these plans so I can submit them as well.
Okay.
And it should be done pretty quickly.
Okay. And the next thing I want you to do is down at the end where the seating area is, Mick came up with a great idea. We wanted some privacy screen there. The view's not so hot. And we didn't want to use lattice. That's old school and it requires maintenance. So he decided that if we were to put a piece of decorative ironwork here, like an old gate or a grill.
Oh, that's interesting.
There's a lot to choose from, and that's your assignment. You have to go find this piece.
Okay, I'll do the best I can.
And he can use anything up to like a 42, 45-inch square circle, doesn't matter. Okay? The third thing is to get rid of that hot tub.
I agree with you.
Yeah, you got any plans for her?
I think I have a friend that might take it.
Okay.
I'll just make arrangements and make a couple of phone calls and make sure they come over and take care of it.
Oh, you know what? There's really 4 things.
Okay, what is it?
The 4th thing is, I think that we should take a couple of glasses, a bottle of wine, and go toast the demise of the old deck. What do you think?
I think you're talking my type of celebrating, and I'll get a bottle of wine. What would you like, white or red?
I'll go for white. It's the springtime.
That sounds great to me.
Now that we have our approval from the homeowner, Mick and his crew, they're not going to waste any time getting this project underway. Our landscaping had to be removed to make way for the new deck. Look at those guys pull out those bushes like I pull out weeds. Man. We'll have some landscaping to do once this deck is finished. There really wasn't any point, though, in us trying to recycle any of these plants. Most of them are woody, and they needed to be ripped out anyway. For now, it's nice the guys don't have to work around all the landscaping. With our plants out of the way, hammers can start swinging and old boards can start to fly. It's a good thing we had a dumpster delivered to haul away the old wood. Debbie, I'm so glad you could sit down here with me and talk a little bit about the wood we're using for today's project. I'm sorry it's so hot out here, but it's in the south, you know, and got to sit out on your porch. The old deck that we are enlarging was originally built out of pressure-treated wood, so we just naturally said, let's make the extension out of the same material. but we try to be as environmentally friendly as possible. Did we make the right choice for materials?
Absolutely. The wood that's used in pressure treatment is grown in sustainably managed forests, and what that means is we plant more trees, 7 for every one that's harvested, so there's a replacement there. And those young growing forests actually, they absorb far more carbon dioxide than a mature forest, so they sequester a lot more carbon, and in fact today we have more forest in the southeast than we did 70 years ago.
Wow, that's great to know, because, you know, we all want to try to do our share whenever possible. And the fact that, you know, other manufacturing processes, they take a lot of energy to create some other materials, whereas Mother Nature does all the work for us here.
Yes, we just have to take it from a round product to a square, so it uses far less energy.
Okay, now, one of the things when you're getting ready to do a project and you're looking at it, I love the feel of wood. You know, I love the way it feels to your hands, the durability to it. A lot of people worry about the fact that pressure-treated lumber has arsenic in it, but you're telling me that that's not the case anymore.
Since 2003, none of the product has had arsenic in it. It is treated with natural elements, copper, and a few other things, so it does have great protection still from decay and insects, but it is completely safe for your family.
How about when you're working with wood or any of the decking materials? What kind of safety precautions should you take?
Yes, even if you're sawing untreated wood, it's really, you need to use some basic protection. Safety glasses to protect your eyes from any sawdust that could come up, and also a face mask so that you're not breathing that dust.
Okay, that's a great tip for any time you're working with different projects. You know, we think since it's pressure-treated wood that we don't really have to do anything to it. What would be our care that we need to give it?
The first couple years that wood is fine. It has a water repellent built into it, but it's a natural product. It absorbs and evaporates the rainwater, and so it might move around a bit if you don't take care of it. So every couple of years you want to clean it with a commercially available deck cleaner and then put on a water repellent, and this takes about an afternoon. Recommended to do it in the spring here in the South so you don't expire on your deck, and it takes about an afternoon and you're done, and you want to make sure it matches.
How do we know after a couple of years if we need to redo it?
You can head out on your deck with a cup of water, pour it onto the wood. If it absorbs immediately, then it's time to add a water repellent.
Sounds like a perfect test for my grandkids to do. Go pour water on my deck.
They'll be like, really, I can't?
Well, you know, I think that wood is absolutely beautiful, and the project is coming along so great. I'm glad that we're being environmentally friendly with the materials that we're using, and that we know how to take care of them so this deck will last a really long time.
And another way you're being environmentally friendly is you are able to reuse the framing, and that saves both money and is very environmentally friendly. If you were using some other products, you would have to add joists there, so that would be additional cost.
Because that would require more support.
Right, they don't have the strength that natural wood does, so you wouldn't get any bowing between joists.
Well, I know when Mick, our builder, took a look at the project, and he said to me, Vic, I think we can reuse this framing, you know, if we stay within this kind of a design, and so he designed it to be able to do that. Thank you. I appreciate all this great information. I know my viewers do too.
Great. Thank you. I've enjoyed it.
Make your deck look its best with a few easy-to-follow maintenance tips. Wait for the perfect weather before starting your deck cleanup. A nice warm weekend is perfect. All wood needs to be cleaned before staining. Whether it's brand new or an older deck, make sure the surface is clean and free of dirt, mildew, or stains. Use natural cleaners that won't harm plant life or you. You can brighten an old deck by applying deck brighteners. Just spray them on, wait a few minutes, and then rinse them off. They can make old wood look like new. Let's check in with Mick and his crew and see how that deck is coming along.
This deck was a little bit different than our normal decks because what we were going to do is we were going to try to salvage a lot of the framing that was in place. So we started by taking off all the deck boards and all the railing. So from that point, we dug all new footings at the front side of the deck, reframed where we had to. Some spots it was just maybe 2 or 3 feet, some spots it was the whole deck. Then we laid our deck boards down, and from that point, we had our floor in place. So then we wanted to kind of determine what the room was going to be. So the whole new deck off the kitchen area was to support the grill and make that a kitchen eating area. The center section was going to be for entertaining and dining area. And then the lower section is going to be more for just relaxing and chilling out on the deck down there. In that spot, we added the privacy wall with the metal art, and we put the pergola over the top. And then we took our railing just to enclose it all. We put some wainscoting around the bottom and just made this a real intimate area down here.
While Mick and his crew are working hard on the deck, I've got some work to do myself. I had to do some shopping and I've got to do some decorating because I'm going to recycle some of Kathy and Bernie's furniture out onto the new deck. The dining room table that they have, it's in great condition and it seats 6. They have 4 in their family, so that means they've got room for a couple of guests. And you know, a rectangle table is perfect because you can easily expand it to accommodate 8 by putting 2 at each end. It's a little cozy, but it beats kind of balancing that plate on your lap. Now, to tie that in with the new items on the deck, we're going to do it by color. I found these great paisley pillows, and I love the look of them, and the colors that are in it are perfect. It has that same kind of burgundy-ish gray tones that the furniture does, and there's a lot of beige in these pillows, and that's the color of the siding on the house. Whenever you're trying to coordinate a bunch of spaces together, try to always stay within the same family tones and then hit it with some hot colors. For example, I've got some wonderful decorative plates we're going to set the table with and some bright orange napkins, red barbecue grill, just kind of make it just a lot more fun in those kind of areas, but I'm keeping the basics pretty neutral in their color. Now, I also thought across from the cooking area, once I saw how big that space is, it would be great to put like maybe a bistro table there and a couple of chairs so that people, when they're wandering around watching the cook, they'll have a place to sit and enjoy themselves. I think this deck is going to be exactly what Kathy wants to entertain her friends. Hey Mick, I'm absolutely loving this deck.
Hey Vicki.
You guys did a great job. I'm so excited.
Yeah, thanks. I think we really added some square footage out here. We gave them 3 new living spaces, basically. Got rid of the hot tub.
Thank goodness. You know, they didn't even use that because that hot tub was there, and now they've got like a great room.
This is going to be a really nice room to relax in.
Probably their favorite.
We've got the dining area, and then we've got the kitchen area over there. So.
Well, I think it's going to meet every bit of their needs for the parties and entertaining that they want to, and just to set out and relax. So, are you and your guys all done now?
Basically, we have one more thing to do, and that's install the deck lighting.
Okay.
And what we've got here is this new LED style product. No more of the old incandescent bulbs that they blow out every couple weeks, and they're lower on the line.
Yeah.
So these all light the same way. They install really
Where's it going to go?
This one's going to go right on the post right here, just like that.
Okay.
We're going to put them around the deck, periodically.
And they'll just really disappear visually when they're there. What are you going to do with the wires, though?
The wires tuck up under the rails,
okay,
so you don't even see them when they're all done.
Love that.
Then we've got a couple of these which go on the stair nosing.
Oh, there's a little tiny.
Real small. They screw right underneath. You don't even see them when they're in there.
Mick explained that this is a do-it-yourself project. All you need is a power drill and a screwdriver. He located the middle of the step, drilled a hole in the top of the riser, and then the wiring just slipped right into place. The light is held in place with just 2 screws. These lights are definitely a great addition to any outdoor steps.
Again, the wiring's all invisible.
And that'll light the steps all the way down?
The whole way down. It's a plug-and-play system, so you just plug it in, one wire runs the whole thing.
Okay.
Really.
So you don't have to splice wires together like the old style?
No, the guys love putting them in because it saves so much time.
Well, how do they turn off and on?
There's a photosensitive light that, when it gets dark outside, it automatically turns the lights on.
Okay.
When it gets light out, they automatically shut off.
I love that for a security factor. You know, if you're out of town or if you're coming home late, you can still see to get up there and it turns the lights on. Great deal. I'm going to love this. Well, I'm going to get some of your guys and see if they can't give me a hand moving some of the furniture on here so I can make it function as beautiful as you built it.
Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Nick. It took a great plan and lots of hands on deck to transform this space into the entertainment center that Kathy was dreaming of. Mick and I both decided not to incorporate any built-in benches, so the seating area could be more functional. The space can easily be expanded to accommodate 2 or even 4 more chairs if needed. I know that this is going to be Kathy's new favorite place in her deck. It's certainly mine. It's got great shade over it. These were the metal pieces that we sent Kathy out to find, and I think she did a superb job, and Mick really set it off with this wall. Now for the seating out here, remember we had that old hot tub. We had to get all new seating. These were very inexpensive. They're a plastic wicker that is a weave of a black and brown, so that really ties in well with our beiges. Got a nice coffee table in the center, good conversation space. Here you can set a plate on it if you're eating or your drinks. It's just perfect. The expanded width of our new deck allows plenty of room for the table and 6 chairs. To recycle the chair cushions, I had them dry cleaned, and then I applied a spray-on water and stain protector. Now they look great. The new throw pillows match perfectly and provide a casual, relaxed setting. For a pop of color, I selected red placemats and bright-colored tropical dishes and accessories.
Now for the dining space. Look how this old dining set just pops. And that's because we tied it all together by using the same throw pillows that we used on our seating in the pergola area just to kind of brighten up this area. And on the table, we went really wild with color. We've got the bright orange and the bright red. It really gives it a festive touch. And remember, Kathy wanted to party out here, so I think this is just what she needs. Now, don't, get down about the summer and you say, oh, I don't have the money to spend. Think about just going to the store and buying yourself some new placemats or new napkins. It's really going to pick up your spirits. Now, this is our new cooking area. Remember, we didn't even have this space. Before, the grill was right up by the back door and in front of the stairs, and you had to maneuver around it. This is a whole new section that got built on over here just for our kitchen. We've got a great new grill. We thought that the old grill, well, it made its way into that dumpster. And this grill is a great one because it's stainless steel. It can stay out in the elements and really look great all the time. My favorite feature is it's got a light on it. So when you're out here cooking at night, you can see what you're cooking. And when you close the lid, the light goes off. It's got 4 burners, and over on this side, it's also got another burner so you can have a pot of chili going or, cheese sauce, whatever on this side of the burner. Great place to hang your tools, a great barbecue center. Over here, now everybody's going to want to hang around the cook. We have set up like a little bistro area. A taller table because that makes it so much nicer if you're just standing and talking to put your drinks down on it. A couple of chairs so you can relax. And this way it's a great place too to set maybe appetizers right off the grill and people can come over and help themselves. Our new staircase, it leads off the side now. Last time it just kind of went out to nowhere to the backyard. This is convenient and easy to go around to the side of the garage. I think that all the spaces out here turned out just beautiful. Now this deck is one that can really accommodate a crowd. Well, I know that Mick and I are thrilled with the way the deck turned out, but I think it's time for us to find out how Kathy likes the new deck, and most important, how her new friends like it.
Kathy's watched the process of the landscaping as it was removed, the existing deck demolished, and the new deck being built and decorated. I sure hope she's pleased with our results.
Hey, Kathy, what do you think?
Hey, Vic. Oh, I love it. I just love it. I love this wall. I love the privacy of it.
You did such a good job, too, on picking out this metal.
Oh, thanks. Actually, Bernie actually helped pick that out as well.
Oh, well, that's great. So now he has a little bit of part in the
deck.
So have you kept him up to board on
I've been sending him emails, and I've showed him what we've done up to a certain point. He hasn't seen any of this yet. And the pergola wasn't finished, so I'm sure he'll be anxious to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I know, because he'll be home and then he'll be able to come out here and relax. This is my favorite
spot. He's going to love this. Love this.
This before was when you had your hot tub.
Yes.
And you couldn't use the space at all.
No, we never used it.
And it's larger now.
It's just better for entertaining, and I could see myself sitting out here on a full night or a summer night, just relaxing, having a glass of wine.
And with the pergola over the top, it gives some great shade in this area, which on a day like today, when we're in the mid-90s, it's really nice to have it. Well, I think that the dining area is really going to function well for you and your friends. You wanted more space to move around. And, there's options with the table. We've got it going in horizontally, but you could always turn it vertically, depending on what you want to do. And you actually even have enough room that you could add a buffet on the other side in front of the fireplace or something. But one of the things we try to keep it kind of clean in the lines, and one of the things that people do sometimes with a new deck is they start adding a bunch of stuff to it, and before they know it, it's really kind of junked up again. I mean, it's too crowded.
I see what you said.
We've planted some plants for you, and we've got them setting around. But you want to make sure that you keep a saucer under these, like a plastic saucer, or put them up on one of those risers. Because when your wood is really new like this and you set a plant and you water it, it's very easy to stain your deck. So, just until it gets some weather and gets rained on a few times, keep it up like that.
Definitely.
Especially in the sun. Well, I think it's going to be just great for you and Bernie and all your kids and family to party on.
My friends can't wait to come over, and I love it.
Speaking of your friends, I think I heard the doorbell.
Oh, all right. Well, let me go get it.
I can't wait to see what they think.
All right, bye.
Oh, you are so lucky. Doesn't it look great?
It looks brand new.
You know, just a new cushion.
What happened to you? Have no hot tub?
Yes, we took away the hot tub, so now we have a little sitting area out there that we can sit out at night, or you ladies can come over. You see the wrought iron in the back there that made like the wall.
Oh, I love your seat.
And then we put some chairs. Well, Vicki got this and put some chairs here and decorated it. I think it looks fabulous.
What about a fan? Are you going to do a fan?
At some point, yes. We're
You're
going
so lucky. This is
How about a flat screen TV?
let's not
You
get
know, I'm
crazy.
really glad. I want to thank Mick and his crew from Deckscapes. You guys really pulled this off for us. Thank you so much. Now, make it a date to join me next time because I've got a wonderful project I can't wait to share with you. Remember, you're always at home with Vicki Payne.
If you would like additional information about today's guests or project ideas, please visit us on the web at foryourhome.com. We will do our best to help you out.